Hey everyone, how you doing? I'll make a video today about two clowns, and I'll identify these clowns in a few minutes. But I want to say that this video is gonna be kind of probably triggering to people who have went through child sexual abuse of any kind or any type of abuse. But it's not my intention to open your wounds or trigger anyone, and I'm not trying to be insensitive to anyone who's went through that traumatic experiences or those traumatic experiences. And I just want to do a disclaimer that I'm not trying to trigger or be unempathetic to the trauma that you have faced, and I just want to put that out there. But this video might be triggering to some, and I'm just forewarning you. Okay. With that said, let me get to the two clowns that I'm talking about. We have one, Wade Robson. I would call him Clown 1. And we have another, James Safechuck. And I will label him Clown 2. If you're not familiar with these two individuals, these men are the men that were featured in that Michael Jackson slander film. It wasn't a documentary, Leaving Neverland. These were the two men featured in that in 2019. Well, they're back again after their cases have been thrown out multiple times. The latest times were For Clown 2, the latest time that his was thrown out was, I think, October 2020. And the other one, Clown 1, the latest time that his case was thrown out against the Michael Jackson companies was April 2021. They're claiming, well, you probably heard of them, but they're claiming that as kids, Michael Jackson sexually molested them. I don't believe it. There's no proof of that or anywhere, and I absolutely don't believe it. I just think they're chasing the money. They're after the money. That's it. They're after the money. I just want to get into it a little bit about them and this latest thing, because this uprising, some media outlets are making a big thing of this because the California Court of Appeals have overturned or sent it back to the courts of the when the cases were, both of their cases were dismissed, and the California Court of Appeals sent it back to trial or a possible trial. They got a tentative decision to send it back to trial. It hasn't been finalized though. The decision has not been finalized yet, but the tentative decision. And some media outlets are making a big hoopla of this, that Clown 1 and Clown 2, their case is going to be intertwined. They'll be able to sue the Michael Jackson companies, MJJ Productions and MJJ Ventures, because of, they'll be able to sue them for some money, unspecified money at this point. Or go after a lawsuit for unspecified amounts. Okay, now when I seen this is no big deal. I know a lot of people who admire Michael Jackson or love Michael Jackson or love his artistry or love what he brung to the world and everything. Some people probably think this is a big issue, but it's not. It's not. This is nothing but hype. I am confident that this will be thrown out again. Doesn't matter. It will be thrown out again. Their cases will be thrown out again. They are not credible in either way. Clown 1 or Clown 2. Not credible at all. So if you're worried about this, don't worry about it. It's people or clowns chasing money. These two clowns, Robeson and Safechuck, have the same attorney. They've had the same attorney from the get. So this was always a hit job. They were after a hit job to get money. That's what it was about. It was always about money. Always about money. And that's all it's about. But I want to get more into a little bit more into their situations at whole. The California Court of Appeals overturned the dismissals based on, they're saying that the judge dismissed it on the account that the companies couldn't be held for the actions of Michael Jackson. See, that right there is a slander in itself, because that's making it seem like Michael Jackson did something to them, but the companies was complicit in him doing something to them. And that's not correct. That's misleading. And that's what these several of these media outlets are doing. They are misleading. The judge actually said in his ruling, there was nothing to protect them from. So that means that they didn't present any proof of them being sexually abused in the first place. So you have to prove that you were sexually abused in the first place for someone to be complicit in the abuse that you allege that you had. So that's the stumbling block they have. But they want to make it seem like several of these media outlets and these clowns' attorney want to make it seem like the case is getting thrown out for technicalities. They may use part of the logic of technicalities, but the main reason is the facts don't add up. That's what it is. And that's why I'm confident it's going to get thrown out again, because the facts don't add up to they were sexually abused as children. It does not. To anybody that it does, to me, you're delusional. At this point, with all the information out there, you're delusional or just an MJ hater. That's it. At this point, what we know, all the information out there, all the information that's been out there, if you believe these two clowns, you are delusional or just an MJ hater, period. That's it. But let me get into clown one, Wade Robson. Let's get into him. He claimed that he won some Pepsi contest, dance contest or something as a child when he was 5 years old in Australia in 1988. In 1990, he said that he was invited to Neverland or to meet Michael Jackson in 1990 here in the States. So he would have been about, he said he would be about 7 or whatever. He said he was 7. This is his claims. I'm going with his claims. He claimed from 1990 to 1997, for 7 years, from 7 years old to 14 years old, Michael Jackson sexually molested him. Now, for the younger millennials and the younger people from them, the younger millennials and beyond, who might not was around or was too young to remember that time frame, within that time frame that Clown 1 is claiming, Michael Jackson had a whole situation where he was investigated for child sexual abuse in another case in 1993, 94. So Clown 1 is claiming, while he had an ongoing investigation, Michael Jackson, that Michael Jackson was actively sexually abusing him as a child. So, yeah. So that makes sense to me. Does it make sense to you? If it makes sense to you, you're crazy, but it makes sense to you. Okay. They investigated. They did a raid on Michael Jackson's properties in 93 and everything, but this Clown 1 is claiming he was actively being sexually abused at the time through the allegations and everything. That's weird and that's crazy. That doesn't make sense. But, hey, Clown 1 said it, so people buying it, and he's just eating it up because they loving it. They eating that up, okay? Regardless of that, Michael Jackson got married in 1994 to Lisa Marie Presley. Yes, that's the one and only daughter of legendary singer-performer Elvis Presley. They married in 1994. So during this time, you're going to tell me that according to Clown 1, Michael Jackson was still sexually abusing him. Wow. 94, 90, claim he started being 90 to 97. Wow. So, Robson, this clown is really good with his lies, though. The lies just don't make sense. They don't make any sense. Matter of fact, his lies contradict other people's stories that, but anyway, they don't mention that part, but it contradicts at least two other accusers' stories. It actually contradicts his own story, because he also claimed that Michael Jackson will replace them when they get a certain age, and he claimed that he was replaced by Macaulay Culkin. He claimed Macaulay Culkin was one of the ones that replaced him. But the funny thing is, when I do my math, Macaulay Culkin is actually older than Wade Robson. He's older than Clown 1. Check for yourself, but Macaulay Culkin, the actor of Home Alone, is actually older than Wade Robson. So, you're telling us, Clown 1 is trying to sell the story that he got replaced, I guess, by Macaulay Culkin was one of the people he was replaced by in his life as far as child sexual abuse. But Macaulay Culkin is older than you are. And I must note, Macaulay Culkin always steadfast that Michael never did anything inappropriate to him. So make it make sense. Please make it make sense. Clown 1 can't make it make sense, because it doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the whole thing is just, it's asinine. Beyond that, that 1993 investigation, they investigated Michael thoroughly in that 93 investigation, and Wade Robson, Clown 1, he was, let's see, at that time, he was like 12. That time, no, he was younger than that. At that time, he was about 10. 10-year-old Wade Robson was interviewed by police in the 93 investigation, and he told them that nothing happened. Nothing sexual happened. Nothing like that happened. I mean, are you kidding me? So you're telling me that a 10-year-old who's actively still getting sexually abused, getting interviewed by seasoned police and seasoned prosecutors trying to get him to... First of all, he doesn't know the full scope of what sex is at 10 years old, more than likely. They're not asking him, did he have sex with you? They're asking him, did he touch you here? Did he do this? Do he do that? Did he do that? And you telling me this 10-year-old was able to say, and I know Clown 1's thing is saying that Michael trained him to lie about it and all that, which sounds ridiculous. I mean, it sounds ridiculous on the surface, because you got him saying he's being actively abused, and seasoned prosecutors and seasoned police officers can't break this 10-year-old out of some type of whatever he said he was brainwashed or manipulated or whatever. Right? That doesn't even add up, but I'm a roll with that. But not only was Clown 1 getting interviewed on that, his older sister as well, and his mom got interviewed in that in 93 as well. The same two other creatures that when the 2019 Leaving Neverland came out was on Robson's side. Now they seen all these things. So everybody's lying. Everybody's on the same page. It's interesting. But Clown 1. Let's go back to Clown 1. Clown 1 also claims, I don't know if y'all heard this, one of his claims was that, I think he claimed in 94, around 94, I think he claimed, Michael tried to anally penetrate him, but he said that it hurt. And he let him know that he hurt, and Michael supposed to stop. But the story gets even weirder than that. He says that Michael called him later and told him, oh, where was the underwear you had on? They probably be stained or something. Why don't you get rid of them? Get rid of them, because they might be stained or blood or something like that. Now, not only do I not believe that ever happened, that's a figment of his imagination, of Clown One's imagination. Michael Jackson, the most popular man on the planet at that point, you done did an atrocity like tried to anally penetrate a child, and you called a child up. Now, Wade Robson would have been about 11 at this point. Well, not 11. About 11 at this point. 11 to 12. You call this 11 to 12-year-old up to tell him you may have some soiled underwear from blood I want you to get rid of. So, Michael Jackson, who's the most famous person on the planet at this point, is going to call up this 11, 12-year-old to tell him to get rid of some drugs that I try to anally penetrate you. So I'm going to risk my life with a 12-year-old when he got people and money and influence and power where he can send people over there to dispose of them themselves and make sure they get it and bring it to him and dispose of it themselves. What sense does that make? And Wade claimed that when he told him that he threw it in the local garbage can at his house or something. Come on. You think Michael had mucho to lose. He's gonna kill it. I mean, really? And this makes sense to people. I don't understand how this makes sense to people. Michael gonna call him on the phone. You gotta be kidding me. That's the I've never heard nobody speak of that. That is crazy in itself. He is the most popular person. Powerful. And he's gonna trust the 11 to 12-year-old. Hey, get rid of them underwear. Huh? Really? What? Huh? Somebody, huh? Wait a minute. So this calculating person, that calculating abuser that y'all tried to paint him, Michael, as, is gonna call 11 to 12-year-olds that would have his DNA, possibly have his DNA on it and everything. He's gonna try to just store it in a local garbage can. Yeah, y'all tell somebody that don't have sense that you can't come to me with that. No, I'm not buying that one. Wade need to come to somebody else with that garbage, because that's garbage. That's garbage right there, what he says. But then even after that incident, Wade claimed that he was still getting sexually abused by Michael at least several years after that. Till he was about 14. So Clown One claims that he was getting sexually abused by Michael from age 7 to age 14. So in my calculation, with Wade being 40 right now, as of right now, I think he's 40. That means that he started getting his claims is that he started getting abused in 1990, from 1990 to 1997. And keep that in mind. Within those years, though, the 1993 investigation, Michael got married to Lisa Marie Presley, and all this stuff happened. Yeah, so keep that in mind. And the fact of the matter was, all this happened. And within that time frame, he claimed that he was molested by Michael Jackson, continually molested for the 7 years. Keep that factoid away. But now I'm gonna go to Clown 2. Clown 2 James Safechuck. Now, Clown 2 was hired to be in a commercial with Michael Jackson in I think it was like 1986. I think the commercial was filmed in 1986, 87, around that time. 86, I believe. Now, he claims that, well, I think when he was in the commercial, he was 6, I want to say. And 2 years later, he claimed that his sexual abuse started in 1988 with Michael Jackson, and it went on to 1992 for 4 years. He claimed he was sexually abused by Michael for 4 years, 1988 to 1992. Those are interesting years, because that would mean, right there, that would mean that his time that he's claiming and Clown One's time that he's claiming would overlap for at least 2 years. Clown 1 said he was 1990 to 1997. Clown 2 says 1988 to 1992. So their time with Michael, or that they claimed that they were with Michael getting sexually abused, they would have overlapped. But this is where it gets kind of crazy. These two, Clown 1 and both Clown 2, claim they never met until Michael Jackson's Jam video, which was filmed in 1992. Huh? First time they claim to have met was on Michael Jackson's Jam video in 1992. Now, wait, really? But back to Clown 2. I want to go back to Clown 2. Clown 2 also claims that Michael Jackson did this, pretentious marriage between the two, or this make-believe marriage between these two. They had a marriage ceremony, or this marriage ceremony. They wrote out vows and all this stuff. Yes, even honeymooned in Paris or something, at an amusement park or something. All this claim, whatever he was talking. I don't know what craziness seems to rise above me sometimes. We claim they had this honeymoon or something and they supposed to marry. Okay. So, that's interesting. Well, I want to ask you, James Safechuck, or Clown 2, where's the wedding vows y'all supposed to wrote out? I mean, because if I remember, I didn't see the whole debacle that you and Clown 1 was in with leaving Neverland. I didn't see, but I heard some things about it now. I heard y'all were putting pictures up that y'all had with Michael and y'all were together and this and that. Now you got all this and claiming that he gave me the bull whip and he gave me the glove and he gave me the jacket from Thriller and he gave me all this. Why don't you seem to have those wedding vows that y'all supposed to wrote out that you claim that he gave you a copy of? That's interesting to me. I want to know. I want to hear that. Y'all, the solitude, delusion of love and all that. Where is that? Where is that information? Please let me know, Mr. Clown 2. I want to know where that's at. No mention? I don't know. Where's that? Got all these pictures. You got telephone messages from Michael. You got all this. You presenting all this. Where you just saying hello. Innocent messages. Innocent letters. Innocent messages. All this stuff. Innocent pictures. You got all this stuff. But incriminating stuff that you claim was incriminating, you have none of that. That boggles my mind. Nothing incriminating, but you got all this innocent, like phone messages. Michael just say, "Hey, what's up? Hello, how you doing?" Nothing. No incriminating, no wedding vows, no nothing. But they supposed to got married. Huh? Really? So, Clown 2 is definitely clown. He's a clown. He's really a clown. But another thing I found interesting about Clown 2's what he said and what he put forth is he also stated that when Michael lose interest when they get older, when they get 12 is his limit, basically. That's basically what he's saying, because he's saying when a boy gets puberty, gets hair, gets puberty, goes through puberty, Michael lose interest in him. Now, so that's what he's saying happened to him, because he said at age 12, about 12 or whatever, 13, 19, and that's the age that he reached in about 1992. Michael was trying to push him away or distance himself from him. This is interesting with the age thing, because remember, Clown 1 states that his sexual relationship went on from 1990 to 1997. 7 years. He would have been 14. So Clown 2 is saying that he loses interest, or Michael allegedly loses interest when you reach 12. He dismisses you somewhat. He dismisses and gets a younger something. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. But this is the lie that Clown 1 and Clown 2 going with, and so they got people out there that's buying into it. That's the ridiculous part. It's just ridiculous all over the place. Now, and then let's get on Clown 2 again. So, okay, so Clown 2, he pushed you away supposedly at your claim in 92. Distanced himself from you, you couldn't reach him, all this stuff. Now, so when he was going through the 93 investigation, that's Michael Jackson, that is. Why is it that Clown 2 claims nothing sexual happened? Because, Clown 2 is 12, 13. He's still a child. So if he's so heartbroken as he's claiming, and claiming in his paperwork that he was heartbroken, that Michael distanced himself from him in 92, a year prior, you would think that if something sexual happened, he would say that it did. Because either he would have did it out of, he didn't feel nothing was wrong, as he's actually claimed. Him and Clown 1 has claimed that from somewhat, claimed that when they, at the time when they were children, they didn't feel nothing was wrong with that. They didn't see it as wrong. So, if you don't see it as wrong, why are you lying about it? If that makes sense. So, the only thing that I can come up with is that they were telling the truth. They were telling the truth. And it wasn't only James Safechuck either in 93 saying nothing happened or nothing perverted. It was his mother as well. She was in it too. Just as Wade's mother was involved in it, and they knew nothing had went on. That was their honest opinion. They knew nothing had went on with that. They knew that. They knew. So, it is what it is. We can argue, or we can sit here and say it was weird for Michael to befriend these families, but he befriended the whole families. He did not just befriend the children, and that's what they try to make it, but he befriended the whole family. And these families, they were grown people. They ain't, he ain't just befriending them and say, I want your son. So this is the story that we end up with. He befriended the family and he wants their son. Come on. This is crazy. If the whole thing is crazy, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. This does not logically break any barriers of anybody that you logically thinking. This is only for crazy people that's thinking crazily and don't, delusion people. Because you can't make sense of this. You don't make sense of this stuff. It's pure and simple what it's about. It's about money. They want money. And speaking of that, let's move forward on Clown 1 and Clown 2. Let's move forward on both of these clowns. Both of them. Clown 2 actually claimed he had sex millions of times, or thousands of times, or whatever, lots of times, lots of sex, all around Neverland, all around this, all around, and at the train station. Matter of fact, he showed photos that he took personally of the train station he claimed they had sex with in Leaving Neverland. That train station wasn't completed until 1994. 2 years after Clown 2 Clown 2 said he stopped talking or speaking to Michael in 1992. That was 2 years prior. So how is they having all this sex in a train station that Clown 2 even presented, say he took it himself, and you claim that the sex between y'all in the relationship or whatever that you claimed y'all had ended in 1992, 2 years prior. Make me understand that. Somebody help me understand that. Nobody on their side been able to answer that to this day. And they won't be able to answer that. And that is one of the biggest reasons that Clown 2 doesn't want to enter no stand. Clown 1 doesn't want to get on no stand either. So neither one of them wants to get on the stand. Clown 1 and Clown 2 main purpose is to try to humiliate the legacy of Michael Jackson, so his attorneys and people who have his interests at hand would want to get into a financial type of agreement with them over this civil suit that they filed. That's what they want. They want they're trying to get a outer court settlement. And I don't want MJ's lawyer or MJ's estate or anybody to don't do the outer court settlement with these two clowns. These two clowns, no. If they want to go to trial, let's go to trial. Let's take it to trial. Don't do an outer court settlement with these two clowns, because that's all they want anyway. They're trying to garner an outer court settlement. People don't see that. They want to smear the name of Michael Jackson so that business deals that they're doing for the state in his name or his legacy, they're trying to make sure they throw a smear on it. So hopefully the people that have his interests at heart or the interests of his legacy at heart would do an out of court settlement so it can go away. Basically, that's basically what they're trying to do. The Clown 1, Clown 2, and their clown lawyer. That's basically what they're out to do. They don't want to go to no trial. They want to make it seem like they want a trial, but they don't. They want the humiliation. They want public smearing, the public humiliation. They like that. That's what they want. That's what they really want, because it helps, or they feel that it helps them to try to force the hand of the state to engage in an out-of-court settlement with them. But it's not going to work. I don't believe it's going to work, and I'll be very disappointed if his estate do an out-of-court settlement with either one of these clowns, because their stories is all lies. I ain't going to say it's all lies. I'm going to say it's lies about the sexual part. Michael, I honestly don't believe had no sexual interest in children, or did he have sex with these children. I honestly don't believe that. I did a lot of research on all those allegations. I don't believe it one bit about the sexual thing. You know, I know a lot of people find it weird that he loved hanging around children. You know, I wouldn't personally, as an adult, wouldn't hang around children like that. But to each his own. That might have been a little non-traditional for him to hang around children. And we don't want to get all into that. I ain't going to get all into the psyche, but I don't think it was a sexual thing. I think it was more of a reliving of childhood. He was kind of envious of their childhood. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not a psychologist, but I think it was something to do with the innocence that he was trying to put himself in as the children have. And he loved that. He loved the glow in their eyes when they see a new toy or something. But I think it was pure. I think his love for children was pure and genuine. It was not sexual. And that's what people don't get, because they don't have those type of likes or, how can I put it, the love for children in that way. They feel like he's odd or he's doing something sexual. There got to be something else going on. But I don't believe there was nothing else going on. And see, that's the same premise that these two clowns and their clown lawyer trying to base upon. Look, this guy was weird. He was strange. He was unusual. So, you know, if he can hang around children, it couldn't be that far-fetched that he had sex with the children. They trying to sell a lie. Basically, they trying to sell a lie on Michael Jackson's public persona, which was half created by himself, Michael Jackson himself, because he wanted to create a mystique about himself. But they're using his public persona against him, trying to use his public persona against him to secure the bag, so to speak. Secure the bag. That's all they're trying to do. That's just an old, reliable type of game plan, but it's not going to be so sure-proof this time with this case, because Michael Jackson's estate, I don't think they will do an out-of-court settlement with them on this one for nothing. So Clown 1 and Clown 2 get themselves on that stand and get grilled by the estate's attorney. The estate, Michael Jackson's estate attorneys. They get grilled of all their discrepancies and all that they've been talking, all this old craziness, those things they never was able to answer. And to get back on Clown One, I want to get back on Clown One. Clown One filed his lawsuit against the state in 2013, I believe, when he first filed his lawsuit, started claiming that he was sexually abused as a child by Michael. Now, mind you, Clown One testified in Michael Jackson's 2005 trial as a grown man. He was 22 then when he was claiming that Michael never did nothing sexual to him, and then trying to claim that Michael coached him over the phone to lie about being sexually abused. Now, imagine that in your mind. Somebody call you on the phone to coach you as a grown person, talking about you weren't sexually abused, you didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do this. Huh? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Who believes that? You're a grown man, and I think he was married at the time, too. Are you kidding me? Clown One was married at the time he testified in 2005 and said that Michael Jackson didn't ever do anything sexual to him. Come on, so he fully understood what sex was. And he fully understood that what they were alleging that Michael Jackson did was wrong in 2005 when he testified. Huh? But people find him credible. Really? Why is it that Clown One has never mentioned Michael Jackson's niece, Brandy Jackson, once in his accusations? Never mentioned that. Never mentioned that he dated Michael Jackson's niece, Brandy. He's never mentioned that. He's never mentioned that he was welcomed into the Jackson family. He knew other Jackson family members other than Brandy as well. He interacted with the family. They knew who Wade and his family was. They interacted with Michael Jackson's other family members. Why don't Clown One ever mention that? That's interesting. Clown One never mentions that. I can't figure it out for the life of me. Clown One never mentions that. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. But one thing rings true. When Clown One testified in 2005 and said nothing happened, you get a 7-year window they could get you for lying under lie, what they call when you lie in the courtroom, in the court of law. I can't think of the term right now, but you lie. He gets 7 years to 7 years after that lie. You could be prosecuted if you was proven to have lied in the court of law. But when that thing terminated in 2012, because I think it was 7 years, so he testified in 2005, 2012, I think it terminated that he was free to, and couldn't get prosecuted beyond prosecution. 2013, he came out with his allegation. Coincidentally, that's when he came out. First time he came out with his allegations against Michael Jackson. That is a coincidence if I've ever heard one. That is the weirdest coincidence if I ever heard one. Wade Robson is a con man. That's what he is, straight and simple. And think he's going to get a payday. Which, sorry Wade, it's not happening. I don't believe one thing about you talking about you was molested by Michael Jackson. I don't believe none of that, Jack, because I don't believe that. First of all, in that 2005 trial, when the defense attorneys when the prosecution grilled you on you being a liar and did he touch you and do this? If you was really went through the things with Michael Jackson that you say you went with, you would have been triggered like any real victim of child sexual abuse. And you wasn't. You stood there and went head to head with him. And defiant. Wade. No, you wasn't, coach. You was doing, right then, you were telling the truth. That's what you were doing. But now, in the current day, you're lying. That's basically what you're doing. You're lying for money because you're desperate for money. So you're lying for money and get that payday. But the fool, it ain't coming, fool. You tried to sell a book on Michael Jackson, the allegations, in 2012. But that was the same year you tried to be part of the Michael Jackson 1 project for Circus Olay. And they turned you down. They didn't want you to be the director. You wanted to be the dance choreographer for that show. The Michael Jackson 1 project. And you didn't get that project. That was in 2012. But later on that year, you wrote a book about your supposed allegations. Trying to sell a book on Michael Jackson. Right before you came out with your allegations publicly. You tried to push a book to publishers. They weren't, nobody was fishing for that. No one wanted your book. No one even hear your story. Huh? This sounds too obvious to me. That's why I call you Clown 1, because you're the #1 clown. Big clown. Stop it. And then let me go to Clown 2. Clown 2 said that he didn't want to be part of 2005. Now, in 93, he already said nothing happened. 2005, he said he had nothing to do with Michael. He didn't want to be part of this trial. Nothing happened. He's done. Basically, that's what he said. He's a grown-ass man, too. This man, Clown 2, said that he didn't realize that he was abused until he saw Clown 1 on TV claiming that he was abused by Michael Jackson. And that was in 2013. He said on Oprah thing that she had, and I don't want to get on Oprah, but he said on Oprah's thing that he didn't realize he was sexually abused by Michael Jackson as a child until he seen Clown 1, Wade Robson, on the Today Show claiming that he was sexually abused by Michael Jackson in 2013. Now let's count these years now. Clown 2 claimed that he had stopped being sexually abused by Michael Jackson in 1992. So from 1992 to 2013, we are supposed to believe that Clown 2 didn't know he was sexually abused by Michael Jackson until he saw Clown 1 on an interview claiming that he was abused by Michael Jackson in 2013. Make it make sense. You can't make this up, people. You cannot make this up. But it gets even weirder than that. Clown 2's mother, claimed that when Michael unfortunately, untimely passed away in 2009, she was celebrating, talking about, oh, he can't harm any more children. Now, so you're telling me that her son, Clown 2, didn't even know he was sexually abused until, by his own admission, 2013, till he seen Clown 1 on TV in an interview. But his mother claimed in 2009, the year of Michael's untimely passing, she celebrated and danced and said he can't hurt any more children. Well, wait a minute now. How did you know something that your son didn't even know at the time? That's 4 years prior to your son even claiming he knew he was sexually abused. So, there's there's something not right about this whole thing. So that makes her a liar as well. Can't trust her. Makes her an out and out liar. That's what that makes her. Lie. So you see how this family coming into Clown 1 and Clown 2 families are a bunch of liars. Effing liars all over the place. BS and liars. And like I said, I just want to go back. I don't want to get too much deeper because I could go deeper into this case, but I don't want to go all deeper and, go, because it could go on for hours and hours if I really wanted to get into all of this. But I'm going to just say that no matter, don't worry of nobody. Don't worry about the California Court of Appeals overturning the dismissals or nothing. It's going to get dismissed again because this is a case of hype. Both of these, Clown 1 and Clown 2, and then Clown Lloyd, it's a case of hype. It's hype, case of hype, chasing money. That's all it is. Hype case, that's all it is. A case of hype. They create this hype, this smear campaign, so to speak, to try to trigger an out-of-court settlement. That's all it is. And hopefully, the state won't settle with them on anything, on no financial, because that's what they want. They don't even want to go to trial. Believe me, Clown 1 and Clown 2 don't want to go to an actual trial, but they want to put it out there that they want a trial, but they don't actually want a trial. Because their BS will be exposed in a trial. They don't want to go to a trial. Trust that. So, I just want to let you know, don't worry about it. It'll be thrown and it'll be dismissed again. If it happens to go to a trial, they'll be exposed as the con men and jokesters they are. And bye-bye, Clown 1 and Clown 2. Y'all need to go somewhere and find a new hobby, and y'all clown lawyer. Y'all need to find something else to do. I would prescribe that Clown 1 and Clown 2 find them a job or a stream of income if they don't have one. They need to do that. They try to make this their world. They need to do that. That's what they need to do. They need to find a life, so to speak, outside of Michael Jackson. Because up to this point, it seemed like that's all they've been living on, the name and legacy of Michael Jackson. They need to find some other way. They are scammers of the worst kind because they set up here and they open up wounds of actual child sexual abuse survivors. They open up wounds of them trying to play a game of we're going to act like we're child sexual abuse victims. There's actual child sexual abuse victims out here, and they're playing on their trauma in an effort to get money. So they are both two despicable individuals. And I don't care. They're despicable. Their lawyer is despicable. Everybody that's involved on their side is despicable. Because this is BS, and they know it's BS. They know it's BS, and I am pulling their cover because they are liars and fraudsters, and it won't work, fraudsters. No. Y'all not getting it. Y'all cases will be dismissed again. Y'all can sit up here and run to the media as many times as y'all want to. No money for y'all. Y'all sit up there and y'all can beat this story for the rest of y'all lives as y'all want to. But BS is BS. And I just want to say to everyone, just relax. It ain't that big a deal, just hype. It's just people fending for money. Clowns chasing the money. That's all they are. They chasing the bag. These clowns are chasing the bag. Because they're badly in debt and they're chasing that bag. They think that they're going to get something. Nada. Get nothing for you all. And I have no sympathy for Clown 1, Wade Robson, or Clown 2, James Safechuck, because y'all threw slander on that man's name and great legacy, and y'all continue to do so, and y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, because all he tried to do was help y'all, and that's all he was friends to y'all and y'all family, and y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. And with that said, I'm going to close out this video. And to all the people that love Michael Joseph Jackson and the legacy of Michael Joseph Jackson, keep on supporting, keep on loving him. He's one of the greatest ever, and don't let this deter you, and don't let nobody make you get all into that other stuff or sidetrack you on the facts that's right in front of us, or the facts that can be researched, or the things that they seem to omit when they're reporting on these stories. They omit a lot of stuff. They omit a lot of stuff. I would say do your own research. If you're on the fence or you feel something, you research it yourself. Anything that's pro Michael Jackson, you may have to research it deeper than the slander campaigns against him, if that makes sense. The slander and the negative things that people say about him seem to be on the front headlines of research. But if you want to, you may have to do a little more deeper research to get things that's pro Michael Jackson. To understand it better. And they made it that, the public, I think, in general, made that, the people that's trying to slander him in the main media made that did that on purpose, in my opinion. They did that on purpose because they're trying to push a narrative about Michael Jackson where facts don't exist, but they want to push hype and a negative perception of him and all the negativity. See, you don't have to search far to get the negative thing of him. But the things that's the truth and factual, more factual information that sides with his side, you got to look a little more deeper in most cases to find that information. But I'm just saying that. So the case against Michael Jackson's mostly hype is going to be dismissed again. Their cases will be dismissed. And hopefully they'll go on about their business. And I'm just going to close out this video and say, don't believe everything that you hear. Sometimes you got to look deeper and beyond the surface. And I hope this case, it was only tentatively overturned by the California Court of Appeals, so I'm going to wait. I'm hoping that it won't be a final overturn, when they're finalized the overturn. But if they do, it still will be dismissed. When they go back to the trial, it will be dismissed. I'm confident in that because it just will be. Because the facts are not there. It's nothing there. Doesn't make sense. The whole thing doesn't make sense. The case is not valid. But I'm finna get out of here. Like I said, I'll be talking hours on this subject. But I'm finna get out of here. Thank you for watching my video. And y'all take care of yourselves. And peace. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.